Oh, this is gospel, this is sanctified sick, this is player Pentecostal, this is church. You, amen, pulpit.
Killer Mike is an American rapper, activist, and actor from Atlanta. His first released recording was on an Outkast song on one of their albums. He released his first album, Monster, in I can't remember what year, and he's released 6 more since. The most recent is 2024, as I record this. He is known for his activism and political involvement. Hi, my name's Dan, and this is a review of the album R.A.P. Music by Killer Mike. It was his 5th studio album, and it's my first encounter with him. And when I started my first listen to this, I mean, I'd guessed, probably from the cover and from the name of the album, that this was going to be rap. And as it started, I thought, okay, here we go. It was some very strong language at the outset, and I expected it to be full of gangster stuff, full of the kind of subject matter that usually turns me off so much. And we'll come back to the subject matter in a little bit. So normally when I approach a rap album, so I've produced this process for reviewing rap. I've reviewed quite a lot of rap now. Rap is not my home ground, and it's not my comfort zone. And so I actually kind of do a similar approach with a lot of my other reviews. Talk about the music first, and then talk about the vocals in particular, about the flow, if I've got anything to say there, and then about the content. So here we go. Musically, it's pretty much samples and beats. There is a guitar in the credits. I'm not sure I spotted where it actually appeared. He's buddied up with this guy called R.A.P, who, and this became a persistent partnership for him. I think R.A.P did quite a bit of the production on here. It's fairly, what I think I'm probably realizing is hardcore hip hop in approach. Not sure how to describe what that means, but it's, to me, is less musical and more rhythmic sounds. There's electronic bass. There's not a strong use of like musical samples. Having said that, often I found that with stuff that probably has the label hardcore, I really disliked it musically, and I didn't hate this musically, but I didn't particularly like it either. It was acceptable. And knowing that is from Atlanta, I can kind of hear a bit of an Outkast connection in here, but it's less soulful than some southern hip hop that has often been musically more attractive to me, I think I would say. So rapping, it's him mostly. Yeah, as unlike some rap albums, it doesn't have little vignettes in between. It's not trying to tell a continuous story, I don't think. And mostly it's him. So there's not lots of guests. There are a few guests here. About his flow, nah. So at this point, sometimes I don't know what to say. Sometimes I do. It's not the kind of old school flow from people like Grandmaster Flash, etc., and a bit later than that I could actually quite enjoy at times. But it's not. There are some flows that I've come across that are really awkward. In some modern rap, particularly, it just is. Is rap is not rap that I hated. It's not rap that I particularly enjoyed in terms of the flow and the feel of it. Right, subject matter. I told you I'd get back to this. Not really what I'd expect, given the hardcore sound. So it doesn't seem like it is, in the main, glamorizing drugs and violence and misogynism. The focus is more here on politics and black social commentary. There's a track about police corruption, but it's not kill the police, and it's clearly not aimed at all police. There's several references to Jesus and Christianity, but I think from the outside. So sometimes I have to say it irritates me when you get somebody who's got a foul album of lots of foul stuff and then does the obligatory, oh, but I'm a Christian track, which I think can be somewhat of a juxtaposition that is jarring. On this case, I didn't find anything in that way. Let's pull out a few. The song R.A.P. Music, which is the last song on the album, has shout outs to famous past black musicians and styles. Reagan is a track about Ronald Reagan. It also sounds like he wasn't hugely enamored with Obama. JoJo's Chillin' is a story track about someone going on a flight. I quite like that in some ways. There's one track where he talks about his wife a bit, and in reasonably complimentary ways. Um, I feel like compared to some rap albums, I've maybe picked up more actual content than I sometimes do. So maybe I found it more understandable. I don't know. Um, there is some stuff here that's less wholesome. There is some stuff that drugs are mentioned, sex is mentioned, guns are mentioned, but it's not full on. Yeah, I think you know what I'm saying. There is, though, a prevalence of bad language, and some of that is pretty hardcore bad language. There's quite a lot in it, and I'm probably gonna end up having to bleep some bits in the starting and ending um, clips that I use. Sometimes on an album like this, I find it hard to find bits that I can use that don't have the swearing in it. So there's not a lot here that's actually positively appealing to me, but I didn't actually hate it. There's some conscience in here, but there is some strong content too. So I've got a fairly mixed response to this. That's what I think. So I'd love to know what you think about the album. So you can let me know that. You might agree with me or disagree with me. You might have comments about my review. You might have comments about memories of this album. You might have any other factoids you want to throw in about Killer Mike, or anything like this. I'd love to hear from you. But that's it from me for now.
And I'm sitting on the edge of my bed, holding my head, trying to make this cake like a baker and get some bread. My mama said, hustling does come with fed. Time do the crime, you better head be prepared for what comes with it. The killing and coke, snorting snitches, often they get acquitted, while the real sent to prison to rot away while they living. And all because I say dope, they on a mission to nail my black ass to the wall with a